as possible. Just an explanation. Look at the corridor which is all the way around to the courtyard. These one are the artist place. So all the artisans, they used to sit indoor to do the work on the rock or on the marble. Because in the meantime, the brick masons complete the Taj Mahal and send it those people here all the way to there and used to assemble on the surface. But this area was working, being you can say like a parking or go down where we used to collect. There are 4 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, because we have 2 different weather, summer, winter and the monsoon. So the workers, they could, craftsmen, they could not sit outside all the time. That's why the emperor created the proper corridors where they could sit to the work. And this is the western gate from where we came inside, and that's the eastern. And the southern is just behind you. So these 3 are sub-entrances for Taj Mahal. The common gate is the big one. So everyone who came in the forecourt has to be entered in the Taj Mahal from that big gate. And next to that is a smaller, that's product. And the team of the photographers are ready. So what they because of the Emperor Shah Jahan, he not had only one wife. That is different thing. He was with a separate wife and he became really but he had 4 at the same time. Second. Okay, sir, so we go downstairs to the cargo team here and they will come. We will not walk fast, we will go step by step. When sun will change the places, it will glitter. Now the corner then will front like that. And this is the beautiful unmasked reflector. So I'm taking you a little there and then I will brief you something more than take you. Is a Persian word for Mongol. So Mongol or Mughal similar, but the 2 words from the 2 different dictionaries. That's the difference. So Mughal were from Central Asia, and they conquered India in 1526 AD, and there was empire. Their empire was quite longer actually. Till it's considered till 1803 AD, because in 1803 AD that all the Mughal property was conquered by the British East India Company. Not by the British Empire, but in the year of 1857, we had a first war of independence in India. At that time, one Mughal emperor who was 22 number, Bahadur Jafar, was quite famous, who was arrested by the Major Hudson from Delhi, Humayun to there, and then in front of him he gunned down his 9th son and sent him from India to Myanmar, Burma, and keep him in a prison cell there, who died there to be a known man in 1862 to be the last emperor of the Mughal Empire. So altogether there were 22 emperors. From Babur, who was the founding father, his son Humayun, and then Akbar the Great. Akbar the Great was that third emperor who decided to shift their capital city from Delhi to Agra. Earlier they were ruling the country from Delhi. Then they shifted their capital from Delhi to Agra during the time of Mughal Emperor Akbar in 1565. And almost 100 years, Mughal controlled India. Mughal governed India from Agra. And that time, sometimes some city and some people are very lucky for the life of somebody. So like the Agra was very lucky for Mughal Empire, because that 100 years considered the most wealthy and prosperous time period of the Mughal Empire, where they were become very rich, very rich and strong, and then they could build a building like a Taj Mahal. There is no second building in the world history where anybody could use the jewels to engrave into the wall. Generally, jewels people use for the jewelries, not just to build into the wall. But the Taj Mahal, whatever the color you're looking here, there are 18 to 20 different type of the gems which are engraving into the marbles. So altogether he used 30 different type of the rock, like 5 to 6 different type of the marble, not just the white marble. White marble is a major rock, but he used the black marble, green marble, yellow marble, pink marble, like that. And not only the sandstone, this is the red sandstone, and 5 to 6 different type of sandstone, and 18 to 20 different type of the jewels. So altogether, almost 30 different type of the rocks he used for the Taj. Jewels, some he used to import it from the different countries, and most of them were from India. And the sandstone, the quarry, he had a 60 to 70 kilometers far from Agra, so that was easily available material. This all the rocks imported here by animal power. For that, you don't think we use just like the elephant, because of elephant is a big Indian animal, so generally people think it's brought here by elephant. The reason the elephant, the skin of the elephant is very soft, that need too much water. And Rajasthan is my dry province. So generally they brought the marbles or the rocks by the camel power, by the bull power and the horse power into the form of the rock, big rock. Then cut them into the pieces with polishing work, and then the master artists used to make an outline of the pattern. Then the stone masons, they digging and making the cavities and cutting a piece of the jewels, keeping into the cavities, and then whole piece assembled on the surface. Like that. So the workers, they did the work day or night until completed. So how did they work at the night time when we had no electricity actually? So they worked as a candlelight or oil lamps, but we had no petroleum type of the product that time. So they used cotton seed oil or the mustard oil for that. Actually, most of the workers, they had a problem, because when they were working on a rock during the time of the day, so they used to inhale the marble dust or the rock dust. So that's why they had a lungs problem. So finally the emperor decided to cutting and polishing this type of the work at the night time. So with the dew, the dust goes to the ground and the people can be more healthy. That's for the reason they did that time. And during the time of the day, the cheap thing. But you guys not ask me. Very simple. So then this cover help us then. Together like a Japanese, process and fermentation to 27. But basically, these marbles all connected to each other by the
Green plus, please come here.
He's curious to know how did they put actually the brick structure, and then in the brick structure they put some iron duels like a fastener. Then afterwards the marble piece brought it here and put it on so that those can hold the piece of the marble. So the two pieces of the marble connected to each other by the interlocking system. But this workmanship they did so precisely, they left no space between the joints. Ferguson, you might heard, is a very famous architect historian who mentioned about the Charles system. Nobody could enter the end of the air in that joint that precisely they did. So air and water could not enter here. In the absence of air and water, that's the iron metal which they use does not generate us. But nowadays, you have a nail try to fill it. If it is painting, it will come out. And how precisely they engrave the jewels, you will not see the gap between marble and jewels. You will notice. So this red one is a coral. Coral they took it from coral reef from the ocean, but basically here they imported from Baghdad. And the black is very famous jewels, semi-precious in Europe is from the onyx. Green, malachite from Africa, and this is jade. Jasper from India, Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. This one is agates. And this is very famous jewels of Taj Mahal. This is basically this has orange color by the nature, but these pieces here from last 400 years, so those became and looks like a red. This is a cornelian, one of the very famous jewels of the Taj Mahal, because the Queen Mumtaz, she loved these jewels. So that's why most of the flower he made of the cornelian. This is the jewels which has that quality which was a glittering. You saw the glittering there, was this jewels actually. And these two pieces are tiger eyes. These are not eyes of panther. This is the name of the jewels. And this one is here is a yellow amber. This they made by the resin of the tree. So some are organic and some are natural jewels. These are a couple of, and the details, how intricate it could be, that I'll show you inside. So from here, I'm taking you inside into the center of the graveyard room. Right in the center, the grave of the Queen Mumtaz, because her husband planned the Taj Mahal only for her, not for himself. But when he died, their daughter decided to bury even the father right next to the mother, because of the end of his life was not good. He was a house arrested by his own son until his death 8 years into the Agra fort. So the daughter brought the dead body and decided to bury him right next to the mother. So both are in there, but the room where we are going, you can see only the cedar top replica. The real grave, 20 feet just underneath to that, according to the level of the garden, sarcophagus. Because the dead body is in India. And this you can count.
Wow.
This is the Yamuna, and across the river you can see the beautiful garden, guys. This is that part, it's called the Mehtab Bagh, like a moonlight garden. So the emperor, when he was arrested in Agra Fort, right there in Agra Fort, he used to came there during the time of full moonlight to see the view of the Taj Mahal. Or as some historians believe, but this is not a factual information, it's a type of the legendary, where he supposedly created one more Taj Mahal, the black for himself. But because of he was house arrested by his own son, he could not done that. That's why the daughter insists by the circumstances to bury him right next to the mother in the same graveyard room, which he didn't plan. That's why he was not right in the center. Otherwise, he could have to himself right in the center. There's many social, political, and economic reasons. I will discuss in Agra Fort because of that there. I'm looking here, so we'll discuss that. Why? Because of he wanted to be a king, but he was not the first son of the king. He was the second emperor. The emperor declared his first son, Bharat, to be the emperor of the kingdom, who was a very great ruler. So Taj Mahal is the best example of Indo-Islamic architecture.